Hello everyone, here's a very interesting thread started by chat 342001. Can we ban whoever did this? Someone spent hours making sure no one can call their ship. While it's kind of funny that CRG's internal tools to prevent this are this bad, what internal tools does CRG have to prevent this? There are none. Either way, this should be pretty clear permanent ban. This isn't the first, but definitely one of the more malicious uses. Can we get a faster cleanup of objects in a station? I would say faster cleanup in general.
And also have the entire system be persistent. So, if you drop a Coke can in a forest somewhere and walk away, that Coke can is remembered, the state of the universe is remembered. So unless someone comes and, takes it, it will still be there if you came back even in a month's time or whatever.
Chris seems to be so proud of PS, persistent entity streaming, but once again, Chris doesn't ask himself, why does no other online game do this? I am all for PS if it would work without any negative aspects, but as it stands, PS seems to be a huge strain on CRG servers and database. I'm not saying if PS would be gone, everything would be perfect performance-wise in Star Citizen. No, but PS is a factor. At the very least, CRG could have much faster cleanup times. And he has a video. My thoughts? I don't want to defend the people who did this is pointless griefing, but the only reason this even exists is CRG's old, rotten and terrible code. This would not be possible at all if CRG would have halfway decent code. CRG cannot even define item classes. For example, you can use turtles and grenades as fuses in fuse boxes. There's no way to remove the stones, boulders.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle retrieval system.
MMOs have a GM we can contact, but not in Star Citizen. No one we can contact in-game to remove this. But don't worry, Jared has a perfect solution.
We got like a 17-minute section that's just dedicated to camping and griefing at the spawn habs. You have the option not to. I understand the thing lets you, but it's a choice to do and a choice not to. Every one of us are capable of making those choices.
I get no impression at all that Chris and CRG want to make an MMO. No, the Star Citizen PU only exists for one reason. It's Chris' cash cow, his piggy bank. So Chris can spend the money on things he likes. Expensive art for all their studios, his private cinema, and his interactive movie Squadron 42. Chris does not care about the Star Citizen PU at all. Thanks for watching and see you next time. Bye. Auf Wiedersehen. Okay, yeah, I'm inside. Okay, this still works. You can still glitch inside. Okay. Okay, I am under again. And I'm inside again. In the old days, when we had a player cap of 24, Star Citizen usually played rather well. There were some issues, but it was not too bad. Then CRG increased player cap to 50, later to 100 players, and issues started to appear. In 3.18 we got PS, persistent entity streaming, because Chris thinks it is so important that he can find a Coke bottle he threw in the woods 4 weeks earlier.
And also have the entire system be persistent. So, if you drop a Coke can in a forest somewhere and walk away, that Coke can is remembered, the state of the universe is remembered. So unless someone comes and takes it, it will still be there if you came back even in a month's time or whatever.
No Chris, no one cares. Maybe if PS would work without any negative consequences, yeah, maybe. But as it stands, PS seems to be a huge strain on your servers and your database. CRG doesn't even do any cleanups, just go to an outpost and you can see dozens of bricked chips that are just kept there for days, weeks and months. Those bricked chips are still using up server and database resources. We cannot even salvage them, we cannot move them. If you try to move them, you are getting a crime stat. Why not just remove them? And since we got PS and 3.18, things have gotten way worse with those things.
PS is the state of the simulation that's now persisting. That's great. It's behind us.
You serious?
Then in 4.0 we got the first iteration of static server meshing, and CRG increased player cap to up to 800 players on a server shard, and since then these things are really, really bad. In 4.5 we got engineering, and now CRG servers that were already way overworked have to take care, have to store, and have to distribute even more data. Those things are totally out of control. CRG's old and ancient engine that was never supposed to be used in MMO, CRG's terrible netcode, and CRG's terrible servers cannot deal with an MMO. Hey, you're still here. You might want to join me on Twitter or on Blue Sky.